Welcome to English Weaver, dear friends. Today we share a story about a shining star, Cate Blanchett, a woman with talent and grace. If you love great tales, stay with us and remember to press subscribe for new stories. Cate's name may sound familiar, perhaps from epic films or from award nights. She shines like a bright gem, and her life journey is both inspiring and full of wonder. Let us begin our journey with a warm greeting. Born in Melbourne, Australia, on May 14, 1969, Cate grew up in a loving home. She had a childhood filled with books, dreams, and songs. Right from the start, she had an eye for beauty and art. Even as a child, Cate admired the stage and screen. She loved to read stories to her friends and family. Her parents saw her passion, and they supported her every step of the way. Young Cate dreamed of magic and wide halls. At school, Cate was a quiet and curious girl. She read many books, and she liked to draw. She was careful with her words and gentle with her thoughts. People around her felt her calm and kind nature. But even with calm nature, her heart burned with a wish to act and create. She felt that a stage awaited her. She imagined costumes, lights, and applause. Her dreams were big, and her spirit was curious to explore more. As she grew older, Cate traveled with her family. They moved to different cities. This change gave her a view of many worlds. She met new people and saw varied lives. She learned to listen and to see the beauty in differences. In her teenage years, Cate found comfort in theater classes. She felt alive under the spotlights. She could become many characters and explore deep feelings. This joy of acting became her guiding star, her special path to follow. So, dear listeners, this is the beginning of Cate's tale, a tale of a young girl who loved stories and dreamed of sharing them with all. Her journey to fame began with small steps and simple dreams in her warm home in Australia. Her tale is full of excitement, surprises, and tears. She met many mentors who guided her to polish her gift. She worked hard, believed in herself, and let her heart lead her to the stage of dreams. In time, Cate would cross oceans to study art and voice. She would meet teachers who saw her spark, and they nurtured her talent. The world awaited her bright soul and strong will, ready to give applause. But every journey has challenges. Even as she rose, whispers of doubt followed her. Yet her spirit stayed firm, her eyes stayed bright. She knew that with each step she took, she grew stronger and braver. Today, we share her story in 6 parts. In this opening part, we welcome you. And we start with hope, with wonder, and with a heart full of love. Join us as we dive into her life and learn from her light. Stay tuned, dear friends, as the tale of Cate Blanchett unfolds. She stands as a beacon of art, a symbol of grace, and an icon of courage. May her path inspire us all to dream bravely and to live fully. Cate was born in Melbourne in May 1969 to a loving family. Her father was from America. Her mother was Australian. She had a happy home filled with books and art. This set the stage for her love of stories. Growing up, Cate had 2 siblings. Her older brother Rory guided her with gentle care. Her younger brother Bob made her laugh. The 3 children shared games, stories, and dreams under the roof of their cozy home. When Cate was 10, her father died suddenly. This loss was hard on the family. Her mother had to care for 3 children alone. Despite sadness, their home remained full of love and support. This pain shaped Cate's strong spirit. After her father's death, the family moved often. They lived in different towns across Australia. Each new place brought fresh faces and challenges. Cate learned to adapt, to make friends, and to find comfort in books and imagination. At school, young Cate was a quiet and curious student. She listened to teachers and asked many questions. She loved reading fairy tales and plays. Her classmates saw her gentle smile and kind heart. She cared for others. Cate found comfort in music and painting. She took piano lessons and tried to draw portraits. Her mother encouraged her artistic side. These activities gave her joy and helped her heal after her father's passing. She felt hope in creativity. The family often watched classic films together. Cate saw old black and white movies with her mother and brothers. She watched stars like Audrey Hepburn and Katharine Hepburn. She dreamed of one day being on a big screen herself. At 12, Cate joined a local theater club. She felt a thrill when she first stepped on stage. Under warm lights, she became another person. She played small roles, learning voices and gestures. She felt alive and eager to learn more. Her teachers at school noticed her talent. They said she had a calm presence and clear voice. They encouraged her to read aloud and perform in school plays. Cate felt proud when her voice echoed in the auditorium. Outside of school, Cate loved nature. She walked in parks and observed birds. She wrote short poems about trees and clouds. Her mother saved these poems in a special box. This close bond with nature stayed with her always. When Cate was 15, her family moved to Sydney. This big city felt new and exciting. She attended a large high school where she joined drama class. She met friends who also loved acting. Together, they rehearsed scenes after class. In Sydney, Cate discovered Shakespeare's plays. She felt amazed by the words and feelings in his stories. She spent hours reading Romeo and Juliet and Twelfth Night. These plays stirred her heart and mind. Cate also studied literature and art history. She learned about great artists and writers from the past. She saw how creativity could change lives. Her teachers saw her passion and gave her more books to read. At home, her mother spoke about resilience and hope. She reminded Cate that hard times teach strength. This wisdom stayed with Cate as she prepared for future challenges in her career. During high school, Cate entered a statewide poetry contest. Nervous but brave, she read her poem about loss and hope. The audience was silent, then applauded. She won second place. This success gave her confidence. Cate's mother often took her to the public library. There, she discovered plays by Australian writers. She borrowed scripts and practiced with friends. She learned to divide scenes, to speak clearly, and to show feelings with simple gestures. By age 17, Cate decided to pursue acting seriously. She researched drama schools and watched interviews of famous actors. She found that hard work and study were keys to success. She wrote in her diary, "I will work every day." Her siblings supported her dream. Rory helped her practice lines. Bob acted with her in small scenes at home. Their mother sewed simple costumes for their performances in the backyard. These little shows made Cate's heart shine. When Cate finished high school, she applied to a top drama academy in Australia. She felt nervous but determined. She wrote an essay about her love for theater. She spoke of dreams under bright lights and cheering crowds. She got accepted to the National Institute of Dramatic Art. This was a turning point in her life. She knew she had to leave her family's home to study long hours at the academy. Her mother hugged her tight and said, "Follow your heart." Moving to Sydney for drama school was both exciting and scary. Cate lived in a small apartment with a few classmates. They shared meals, scripts, and hopes. They studied lines late into the night and learned to support one another. At the academy, Cate studied voice, movement, and text analysis. She practiced Shakespeare, modern plays, and improvisation. Her talent grew with each lesson. She learned to use her body and voice to share deep emotions. Cate made friends from all over Australia. They came from towns and cities, each with a unique story. Together, they joined rehearsals, costume fittings, and stage design workshops. They built sets and hung lights for school shows. During breaks, Cate returned home to visit her family. She cooked dinner for them and shared stories of her classes. Her brothers saw how she changed each day, becoming more confident and strong. Her mother's health sometimes worried the family, but Cate balanced her time between caring for her mother and studying. She learned to be responsible and to manage her time wisely. These lessons helped in her career later. In her final year at drama school, Cate auditioned for professional theater companies. She felt anxious, but she remembered her earlier stage experiences. She stepped on big stages and felt the same thrill she felt at 12. One day, a director saw Cate perform in a small class show. He praised her clear voice and natural grace. He offered her a small role in a touring production. Cate was overjoyed to begin her professional journey. Cate's childhood and teenage years shaped her deeply. Her love of reading, her family's support, and her early stage work built a strong foundation. She learned that hard work, kindness, and hope can guide a life. As this chapter closes, we see Cate as a young woman ready to step into the world. She leaves behind her childhood home, carrying memories of love, loss, and laughter. Her path now leads to bright stages and big dreams. Through it all, Cate's heart remained true to art. She remembered the poems about clouds, the small plays in a backyard, and the quiet support of her family. These memories fueled her passion for acting. Her journey from a small girl in Melbourne to a student in Sydney showed her the power of dreams. She learned that every challenge can become a lesson. She grew stronger with each step she took. In these years, Cate learned to use her voice to tell stories that matter. She felt that actors can change hearts and minds. This belief stayed with her as she prepared for a future filled with new stages. Dear listener, you saw how Cate's childhood built her spirit. She knew that art could heal and inspire. She was gentle yet brave, curious yet focused. This mix made her a talent to watch. The road ahead would bring success and fame, but also trials. Yet her early life taught her to stand firm and to keep learning. Her bright spirit and kind heart shone through each challenge. As we close this childhood chapter, remember that every person has a unique start. Cate's story shows us that love, loss, and learning shape us. She walked forward with courage, ready to greet the world stage. After graduation, Cate entered the world of professional acting with a hopeful heart and a bright smile. She joined a famous theater in Sydney. The stage lights shone on her with warm, golden glow, and she felt her dreams take flight. In her first year, Cate played small but important roles. She rehearsed for hours each day. With each line she learned, her confidence grew. The audience saw her graceful movements and clear voice, and they began to take notice of her talent. Her dedication led to a larger role in a classic play. She traveled with the company to different cities. On bustling streets, she felt the buzz of excitement. Each night, she stepped on stage and brought her character to life. The audience applauded loudly. Soon, directors from television shows saw her perform. They invited her to audition for a small role in a TV drama. Nervous but brave, Cate went to the audition. She spoke her lines with calm strength and a gentle smile. She got the role and felt joy fill her heart. On screen, Cate learned new skills. She studied camera angles, lighting, and timing. She watched how cameras captured tiny details in her eyes and voice. With each take, she felt proud when she gave her best performance. The TV show became popular in Australia. People began to talk about the young actress with bright eyes and a warm heart. Her name appeared in small newspapers and magazines. She felt that her work was reaching more people. Meanwhile, Cate kept her love for theater alive. She returned to the stage between TV jobs. She believed that theater taught her the heart of acting. Under stage lights, she felt free to explore deep feelings and emotions. As her reputation grew, she received an offer to join a theater festival in Adelaide. This festival brought famous actors from around the world. Cate felt honored and nervous. She knew this was a chance to learn from the best. In Adelaide, she met veteran actors and wise directors. She watched them perform with passion. They gave gentle advice, saying, "Act from your heart." These words touched Cate deeply. She vowed to always stay true to her feelings. In her early 30s, Cate got a chance to work in London. A theater company invited her based on her strong stage reviews. She traveled to a new continent with hope and a bit of fear. In London, she felt small at first, but soon she found her brave self. Her London debut was in a Shakespeare play. She played a noble character who faced hard choices. Under the famous theater roof, she felt history around her. When she spoke her lines, the audience sat in silence, listening to her every word. After the show, critics praised her performance. They said her voice carried emotion like soft music. They admired her clear pronunciation and her gentle strength. These words of praise echoed in her mind, and she felt proud and humbled. Soon, film directors noticed Cate's work. One offered her a supporting role in a small film. This film had a simple story, but a deep message about hope and love. Cate accepted, feeling that each role taught her something new. The film did well at festivals. Viewers wrote letters saying they felt moved by Cate's presence on screen. They said her eyes spoke more than any words. She realized that acting can touch hearts across oceans. Back in Australia, a major director sought her for a leading role in a big movie. This movie had brave scenes and dramatic moments. Cate prepared by studying her character's heart, writing notes about her fears and dreams. On set, she worked long hours under hot lights. She practiced each scene until she knew every word by heart. Her co-stars admired her focus and kindness. She helped them learn their lines and shared snacks during breaks to keep spirits high. When the movie released, it became a hit. Filmgoers praised Cate's honest and moving portrayal. Newspapers wrote her name in bold letters. She felt joy, but also a deep sense of responsibility to keep growing. This success led to more film offers. She traveled to Europe and the United States for shoots. On airplanes, she wrote in her journal, "Every journey teaches me more about life, about myself, and about the power of stories." In America, Cate auditioned for a blockbuster fantasy film. The director needed an actor who could play a wise, magical figure. Cate prepared by reading ancient legends and practicing calm, regal speech. She won the role and felt honored. During filming, she wore long robes and spoke gentle words to her co-stars. She told them stories about her own life to help them feel safe on set. Her kindness created a warm, family vibe among the cast and crew. When the fantasy film came out, it became a global sensation. Millions of viewers saw Cate as a magical queen. They admired her grace and the soft power in her voice. She touched hearts of many fans around the world. As she rose to fame, Cate stayed grounded. She returned to theater whenever she could. She felt that small stages gave her strength. She wanted to remember her roots and to keep her passion alive. Her next challenge was a true life story about a famous woman from history. Cate spent months researching. She read letters, watched old videos, and spoke with people who knew the real woman. She wanted to honor her memory with honesty. When filming began, Cate felt a mix of pride and fear. She knew fans of the real woman watched her every move. She studied her voice and gestures until she could reflect the woman's gentle power and fierce spirit. The movie's release brought another round of praise. Critics said Cate's performance was breathtaking and true to life. They gave awards and nominations. Cate felt joy, but also gratitude for her team who guided her. With each role, Cate learned new lessons. She discovered that kindness and hard work open many doors. She inspired young actors to dream big and to treat each day as a chance to learn and grow. In her 40s, Cate took time to produce films and plays. She wanted to help new talents find their voice. She spoke at workshops and shared her journey with young actors, reminding them to stay true to their hearts. Her work extended beyond acting. She directed a small play about human rights and peace. She worked with artists from many countries to tell stories that unite people. She believed art can heal and change the world. As a producer, she chose films with strong messages. She wanted stories about hope, resilience, and love. She gave chances to new writers and directors. She felt that giving back was as important as being on screen. Awards continued to follow her. She won multiple film awards and theater honors. Yet she stayed humble, crediting her family, friends, and mentors. She said soft success shines brighter than loud applause. Cate also returned to voice work, narrating documentaries about nature and history. Her calm voice made stories come alive. She hoped listeners would learn about the world and protect it with love and care. One of her proudest moments was speaking at a global climate conference. She shared her passion for nature and urged action to save the planet. Her words stirred many hearts and inspired people to plant trees and save water. She balanced her time between home and work. She valued quiet moments with her children and husband. She cooked meals from her childhood, sharing stories of her early years. These moments reminded her of where she began. Through her career, Cate faced the camera thousands of times, yet she always remembered her first step on a humble stage. She felt that her journey was a story of love, learning, and gentle courage. Her achievements built a bridge between Australia and the world. She showed that talent, when guided by kindness and hard work, can cross oceans and hearts. She still believed that every role was a new chance to learn. Today, Cate's name shines in theater lights and movie stars. Yet her heart remains humble. She often tells young actors, "Act from your heart and never lose wonder." These words carry her legacy forward. Dear listener, you saw how Cate's career rose from small stages to global screens. Her journey reminds us that dreams take time, that hard work and kindness can lift us. In her story, we learn to be brave and true. Stay with us, friends, for the next chapter of Cate's life. We will explore her challenges, her failures, and how she rose even higher. Her story continues, full of magic and hope, waiting to warm our hearts. Even with growing fame, Cate faced tests that challenged her heart. She felt doubt in new roles. Some critics questioned her style. This fear crept in, but her spirit refused to give up and she pressed on each day. Early in her career, she missed out on roles she desired. Auditions ended with polite rejections. Each "thank you, but not this time" felt heavy. She questioned her talent and wondered if she belonged on big stages. When Cate moved to London, she felt small among seasoned actors. She was the newcomer in a vast sea of talent. Late nights and long rehearsals drained her. She struggled to fit in, but kept reminding herself of her dream. On a chilly London evening, a director told her she lacked star quality. His words stung deeply. She returned to her tiny apartment and cried into her pillow. Yet the next morning, she rose with new resolve to prove herself. Back in Australia, filming schedules grew tight. She worked long hours under hot lights and strict directors. One day, she missed a line and felt shame. The crew whispered about her weak moment. This hurt her pride. On television, she learned the camera caught every blink and every slip. One scene required her to cry on cue. On the day, her tears would not come. The director yelled "action" again and again. She felt embarrassment and fear. After the failed take, Cate retreated to a quiet corner. She whispered to herself, "You can do this." She closed her eyes, remembered her childhood dreams, and found calm. In the next take, her tears flowed freely and her spirit shone. As fame grew, so did public scrutiny. Tabloids wrote about her clothing choices, her voice, and how she walked. Every detail felt magnified. She felt hurt that her art was overshadowed by gossip about her hair or dress. On criticism, Cate chose silence rather than harsh words. She told herself, "Let fame be for work, not for gossip." She focused on her craft and let her performances speak. She learned to let unkind words pass like wind. A major challenge came when she took a role in a daring art film. The story was raw and emotional. Critics called it too risky. Some fans said she betrayed her image. Yet she felt drawn by the role's truth and pushed forward. Filming the art movie shook her deeply. There were long nights crying on set, scenes that felt too real, and moments when she felt lost in her character's pain. She wondered if she would lose herself in the role. After the film premiered, reviews were mixed. Some praised her bravery. Others wrote she was too cold or unrelatable. This hurt even more than earlier failures. Yet she learned that every actor must face both cheers and jeers. While filming abroad, homesickness struck. Her children were young. She missed their laughter and bedtime stories. Her husband supported her, but the ocean between them felt wide. She cried herself to sleep some nights. During award season, she felt excitement and dread. She dressed in a gorgeous gown under bright lights, yet inside, she worried she was unworthy. When the winner was announced and it was not her heart sank. After that loss, she walked off the stage with her head low. Backstage, her friends comforted her. They reminded her that awards did not define her worth. She nodded, but felt an ache in her chest that lasted days. Critics sometimes wrote that she was too reserved on screen. They said she needed bigger gestures and louder emotions. This stung because she believed in subtlety. She felt torn between staying true to herself and pleasing critics. A famous critic once wrote that she lacked charisma. These words spread online. Fans wrote defenses. Cate read some comments. She felt confusion, but also saw love from supporters. She realized that critics' voices were only part of the story. On stage, she faced roles that tested her physical limits. One production demanded long fights with swords. She trained hard but still felt clumsy. During a rehearsal, she fell and scraped her arm. Pain and fear mingled in her mind. Her doctor told her to rest. But the show's opening was near. She wrapped her arm and returned to rehearsal. Her co-stars cheered her on. She discovered strength she did not know she had. The fight scenes on stage became her triumph. Cate's personal life also had struggles. Balancing motherhood and career felt like walking a tightrope. She missed her children's milestones, first steps, first words. Each time she hugged them again, she melted with love and guilt. Finding quality daycare was another challenge. She wanted her children to feel secure while she filmed. She worried about home, about missing birthdays, school plays, and simple bedtime kisses. This guilt sometimes clouded her mind. In a press interview, she was asked about her children and her career. She answered softly, but the media twisted her words into selfish actress. This hurt her deeply. She learned that words can be sharp like knives. After this, she decided to guard her family's privacy more fiercely. She stopped sharing many details with journalists. She put a no children questions rule in interviews. This choice gave her peace and protected her loved ones. Some roles required her to work in harsh climates. In Iceland, cold winds cut through her costumes. Lips turned blue, skin felt numb. Each day, she warmed hands with hot tea between takes. She pressed on to give her character honesty. The cold crept into her bones and made her doubt her decision. Why endure such pain for a story? She then remembered her first stage role as a child. That memory lit her spirit. She chose to embrace the challenge. Filming in remote jungles brought new fears: insects, rain, and never-ending mud. At night, she heard strange sounds and felt alone. Yet she learned to trust the local crew who guided her. In their care, she found courage. In one film, she played a character with a dark past. She had to speak painful lines and relive trauma each day of filming. After one intense scene, she felt drained and shaky. She called her mother and spoke of tears and fear. Her mother offered soft wisdom. You carry that pain for the story. After each day, leave it on set. Cate followed her advice. At home, she painted with her children or read stories to her family. These moments helped her heal. On screen, she sometimes felt typecast. Directors offered her wise or cold roles. She yearned to be playful, to show humor or childlike wonder. But the industry often saw her as the strong, steady figure. This made her feel boxed in. Determined to break the mold, she auditioned for a quirky comedy. She delivered her lines with silly faces and goofy timing. The director laughed and said, "You have hidden talents." She won the role and felt a surge of joy. During that comedy shoot, she learned to laugh at herself. She tripped on a banana peel prop and fell into a stack of pillows. The crew laughed with her, not at her. That moment taught her to embrace mistakes and find joy in them. Money and fame could not guard her from loneliness. After a world tour, she returned to an empty house. Her children were at a friend's home. Her husband was away on work. Silence filled the rooms, and she felt a hollow ache. She poured a cup of tea and looked at family photos on her desk. She read letters from friends who wrote, "We miss you." In that silent hour, she learned that success sometimes brings solitude and that love is a healing light. A defining challenge came when she took on a live TV performance. There was no chance for retakes. She felt waves of nervousness. In the minutes before going live, her hands shook. She breathed slowly and chanted in her mind, steady as stone. The broadcast began. Her voice wavered at first. Then she found a deep calm. Her words flowed like gentle water. Viewers praised her courage afterwards. She felt relief and pride in conquering her fear. The broadcast began. Her voice wavered at first. Then she found a deep calm. Her words flowed like gentle water. Viewers praised her courage afterwards. She felt relief and pride in conquering her fear. Many times, she met doubt in the mirror before going on stage. She reminded herself of her teenage promise. "I will work every day." This simple pledge became her mantra, guiding her through darkness into light. When criticism hit her hardest, she wrote in her journal. She filled pages with feelings, fears, and hopes. Writing gave her clarity and calm. She then folded the pages and placed them in a box to revisit when she needed strength. Over time, these trials shaped Cate's spirit. She grew more resilient and compassionate. She saw that pain can teach empathy and that wounds can become sources of art and connection. Friends and mentors sometimes offered gentle advice. A director told her, "Let your heart be your compass." These words meant more than any award. She carried them in her pocket like a small flame. Cate also learned from watching other actors struggle. She saw how a colleague battled illness yet gave a brilliant performance. She felt both sadness and admiration. This taught her to value every moment on stage. As she faced challenges, she never let fear hold her back. Each day she chose to rise, to work, and to love her craft. She believed that courage was not absence of fear, but moving forward despite it. When pressure felt overwhelming, she found solace in nature. She walked in parks, watched birds, and listened to rain. Nature whispered to her, "Even storms end, and new life begins." She felt hope return each time. Cate's journey through challenges made her art richer. She could now play characters who suffered and triumphed. Her eyes held both tears and laughter. Audiences felt the truth in her performances. At times, she doubted that she could keep going, yet her family's love and her inner fire pushed her on. She realized that challenges are gifts in disguise, shaping a stronger self. Through failures and fears, Cate grew into the artist she is today. Her story shows that true strength comes from facing the storm and finding the light afterward. Cate once said in an interview, "You learn more from falling than from flying." That line stayed with many people. It made her more than an actress. It made her human. Sometimes the hardest thing is to keep going. Cate kept going, even when her heart felt heavy. That quiet bravery is what made her journey inspiring. She often tells young actors, "Don't chase perfection, chase honesty." She believes acting is not about being flawless, but about being true. On set, she's known for kindness. Even when she's tired, she listens. She checks in with crew members. She knows every role is built by a team. Cate never let awards define her. Though she's won many, she once said, "Trophies gather dust, but memories and meaning, those stay." Every time she felt broken, she built herself again. Not louder, but wiser. Not harder, but more open. Her strength came from softness, not force. When asked what success means, Cate answered, "To grow, to stretch, to keep wondering." That curiosity is her superpower. The struggles she faced made her more compassionate. She began mentoring young women in the arts, sharing not just skills, but lessons from her scars. People often forget that behind fame, there's a person. Cate reminds us that even the biggest stars carry quiet battles inside. Through burnout, loneliness, criticism, and doubt, she kept creating. Her light never went out. It just learned how to shine in different ways. And now, when people watch her on screen, they don't just see a character. They feel something deeper, the echo of a woman who walked through fire and stayed kind. Cate's success shone like a sunrise, warming hearts across the globe. Her grace and talent opened doors for many. Each step forward was a victory not just for her, but for everyone who believed in kind power. As awards piled on her shelf, Cate remained humble. She would gaze at each trophy and remember her first stage. She said softly, "Each medal is a whisper of gratitude, not a shout of triumph." The world saw a star, but behind the light was a soul committed to art. Cate chose roles that spoke honest truths. She sought stories that showed hope, pain, and the beauty of life's fragile moments. Her films became lessons for young viewers. They watched her transform into characters from ancient queens to modern heroes. Each performance inspired others to believe that art could change how we feel and see. Directors began writing roles with Cate in mind. They knew she could breathe life into words on a page. Her presence made scripts glow with possibility, as if each scene waited to sing under her voice. In theater halls, audiences held their breath. Cate walked on stage with quiet strength. When she spoke, her words felt like gentle waves, touching souls and reminding everyone that empathy is a true form of magic. As a mentor, she welcomed young actors into her world. She shared scripts and notes, reminding them that mistakes are part of learning. She said softly, "Fear less, give more, and let your heart guide you." She founded workshops and programs to help those from small towns. Cate believed that talent must be nourished. She saw potential in every shy student and told them, "Your voice matters, even if it trembles." Her influence spread beyond acting. As a champion for women's rights, she spoke at forums about equality. She reminded the crowd, art is not just entertainment, it is a mirror to society's soul. In her speeches, she spoke about hope. "Even in dark times we can find light," she said. Her gentle words rang true, inspiring many to join causes for climate, education, and kindness in their communities. Schools invited her to speak to students. She shared tales of her early days on stage. She spoke of doubt and fear and how she learned that strength grows from compassion, not competition. Cate's style was simple yet powerful. She wore no crowns or gowns. Instead, she let her ideas wear the brightest robes. Her actions spoke louder than any red carpet photo could ever capture. Critics once doubted her. Now they praised her vision. They said, "Cate Blanchett is an artist who sees the world like a painter sees a blank canvas." Her legacy became a palette of hope. She also ventured into production. She chose scripts that championed quiet heroes, people who found courage in small acts. She said, "A single kind gesture can start a revolution of hearts." As a producer, she mentored new writers and directors. She told them, "Tell the stories that scare you. Those are the ones that matter." Her belief warmed many to follow their own paths. Around the world, theater groups credited Cate's support for their rise. She helped fund stages in remote villages. She believed that every community deserves to tell its own stories. Her film, Voice of Hope, reached audiences in distant lands. They saw devastation and triumph. Young viewers wrote letters saying they believed they could rise above their struggles, too. Cate's legacy shone brightest in the hearts she touched. She gave scholarships for drama students. She said, "Talent should not wait for money. It should bloom for the world." Her family watched her with pride. They saw her gentle strength. They knew her success was not just for fame, but for a deeper purpose: to uplift others, to remind them of their own light. As years passed, she matured into a leader. The film sets that once felt new became familiar grounds, yet she always approached each project with a beginner's heart, hungry to learn. She often visited old theaters where she first acted. Dust laid on wooden floors, but her steps breathed life back into those halls. She whispered, "Here, I found myself as a young girl." Critics and fans alike spoke of her influence. They wrote, "Cate's work is a bridge between art and kindness. She taught that success is not measured by awards, but by the compassion we spread." She championed diversity in casting rooms. She said, "Every story needs a wide mirror, so people of all colors and backgrounds can see their reflection on screen." Through her generosity, small film festivals bloomed. She funded grants for scripts from underrepresented voices. She believed that sharing stories is sharing hope. Her legacy extended to charity work. She traveled to remote villages to support education for girls. She would sit with them, encouraging each to dream bigger. One young girl wrote to Cate, "You showed me a world beyond my classroom." Cate replied, "Your dreams can lift entire villages. Never let fear dim your spark." Her world travels reminded her of life's vast tapestry. She said, "We are all threads woven into a grand story. Each thread matters." That belief guided her every choice. In her charity work, she stood beside scientists planting trees. She helped raise funds for clean water projects. She believed that protecting Earth is protecting our future. Cate's legacy in film remained strong. Her roles in Tales of Courage and Echoes of Heart became classics. Film students studied her techniques as modern legends. She also returned to teaching at her alma mater. She walked the halls of the academy, offering guidance to new students. They asked, "How do you find your voice?" She smiled and said, "Listen to life." Fans wrote books about her influence. They said she showed that art can heal and bring communities together. They called her the voice of empathy. Despite her fame, Cate lived simply. She returned to her garden between projects. She planted flowers and herbs, saying, "Nature teaches me patience and renewal." Her children grew seeing their mother's dedication. They joined her in planting trees and visiting shelters. Together, they learned that true success is giving back. As she aged, her roles changed. She played mothers, leaders, and wise elders. Each role revealed new dimensions of her talent and character. Interviews revealed her true joy lay in the quiet moments, reading by the fireplace, walking with friends, and listening to the wind in the trees. One day, a young actor asked her, "How do you handle fear on stage?" She placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Fear is not your enemy. It is a sign that you care deeply. Embrace it, then let it guide you." That advice echoed in many hearts. Actors learned that fear can be a compass toward truth, not a barrier to success. Cate's influence changed the arts. Directors started seeking deeper stories, not just flashy screens. They remembered her words. Art should touch hearts, not just eyes. Her legacy grew through every life she touched. The students she mentored, the forests she helped replant, the stories she brought to life, each was part of her grand legacy. One festival in a remote town honored her with a Lifetime Achievement Award. She accepted with tears, saying, "This is not just my story, it belongs to everyone who shared hope with me." As the sun set on her career, she continued to shine in small acts, reading to children in hospitals, teaching drama to refugees, and writing letters of encouragement. Through every season, she found purpose in giving. She taught that true success is not found in gold, but in hearts warmed by kindness. Cate often reminded people, "Your light is unique. Shine it in every corner, no matter how small." That message became her lasting gift to the world. Her story planted seeds of hope. Those seeds grew into forests of compassion. In time, her legacy became a garden of memories, blooming in countless lives. Fans from many countries visited a small museum dedicated to her journey. They saw simple costumes, old scripts, and letters from girls who found courage through her words. Teachers used her films in classrooms to discuss courage, empathy, and resilience. Students wrote essays asking, "How can we be like Cate? How can we help others?" Cate's influence even reached scientists. They created scholarships in her name to study the arts and environment. They called it the Blanchett Scholarship for Hope. Through her legacy, the world learned that art and heart can intertwine. Every role she played was a brushstroke on a canvas that told a bigger story of human unity. As the chapter of her legacy closed, one truth remained: kindness outlives fame. Her light continues to guide new generations, reminding us that every gentle act can change a life. And so, with gratitude and love, we celebrate Cate Blanchett's legacy. Her journey shows us that true success is not trophies, but the hearts we touch and the hope we share. Thank you for joining English Weaver today. We have reached the end of Cate Blanchett's amazing journey. We hope you enjoyed learning about her life and felt inspired by her courage and kindness. Today, we walked with young Cate from her childhood in Melbourne. We saw her grow, learn, and face many challenges. We watched her become a great actress on stage and screen. Her story shows hard work and heart. We also felt her moments of doubt and fear when critics judged her and her body felt tired. Yet she kept going, learning from each failure. She grew stronger and found her true voice in art and in life. In the end, Cate's success was not only about awards or fame. It was about lifting others, using her voice for hope, and teaching us to be kind and brave. Her legacy shines through every life she touched. Now we say thank you, dear friends, for listening till the end. If you like this story, please give us a thumbs up. Your support helps us bring more stories that help you learn English with joy and emotion. Don't forget to subscribe to English Weaver now. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell to get new stories as soon as they arrive. We have many more inspiring tales waiting for you. We want to hear your thoughts. What did you learn from Cate Blanchett's life? How did her journey touch your heart? Please leave a comment below in English or Vietnamese. Your words matter to us. If you wonder which person we should tell you about next, let us know. Maybe you want to hear about another artist or a hero in history. Just write your suggestion in the comments, and we will read every message. Remember, each story we share helps you practice simple, natural English. Each tale brings hope, emotion, and motivation. We hope you feel closer to English and to the world's beautiful stories. Thank you again for being with us. Keep shining, keep learning, and keep believing in your dreams. Until next time, this is English Weaver wishing you a day full of joy and new discoveries.